Video recommendation. Amir Khan has an interview here with Radio Raheem. I'll leave a link in the description. And in this interview, Khan says that he would like to fight Keith Thurman and he'd like to fight Errol Spence. He says he's not going to proclaim to be the best welterweight in the world right now. He said he's going to let his next performance speak for itself, and you guys can decide where Khan should be rated among the welterweights. He believes that he's at the peak of his powers at the moment, and well, he's hopefully focusing on the Greco. And after that, he's going to be looking at the likes of Thurman and Spence. He says that either Thurman or Spence would be ideal for him stylistically. He doesn't really elaborate on why he thinks why Thurman would be ideal. But he says Spence would be ideal because he's got a 100% record against southpaws. No southpaw has ever beaten him, which is true, but he certainly never faced a southpaw as formidable as Errol Spence. Now, Amir Khan is somebody who a lot of people laugh at and ridicule as a fighter and what have you. But when you think of the guys that Amir Khan has actually beaten, his resume demands respect. He don't have a Hall of Fame resume or anything like that, but he has legitimately beaten people like a prime Marcos Maidana. That's a good win, people. I know looking back, it kind of seems like it happened in an alternate reality, but no, it happened in this reality, in real life. Khan actually beat the huge punching Marcos Maidana in his prime. So he deserves credit. He beat Devon Alexander. He beat Zab Judah. He beat, plenty of top level or fringe top level guys. So respect to Khan for that. And as you see in terms of the way he's talking about Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, Amir Khan is an insufferable optimist. He's even been talking about Pacquiao again lately. He's given up on the Mayweather talk, but he's still talking about Pacquiao. He's an insufferable optimist, and that's why Amir Khan has been able to bounce back time and time again from devastating defeats, because he has this optimistic attitude. He doesn't let humiliation and defeat keep him down, and I have to admire that about Amir Khan. Yes, there is a thin line between self-belief, optimism, and delusion. Optimism and delusion, a very thin line. But if Amir Khan didn't have the attitude that he has, he wouldn't have bounced back from all the defeats. He wouldn't have made the money that he's made. He wouldn't have achieved the things that he has achieved if he didn't have this kind of extremely optimistic mentality. So that's what you have to understand with Khan, and with a lot of boxers in general. This is the kind of attitude you're going to get with a lot of them, because that's the attitude that gets them the success they've had in their careers. Obviously, you have to be careful with it because it's a double-edged sword, and your greatest strength can turn into your greatest weakness. So that's something that people like Khan have to be mindful of. But again, you can't hope for Khan to be negative and say, I couldn't beat any of these guys. Why would you want Khan to be that way? He's not going to achieve anything behaving like that. And once again, I have to point out the fact that my opinion and your opinion ultimately are neither here nor there. They're irrelevant, really, because when a boxer gets in the ring, he gets the opportunity to prove in real life that my opinion or your opinion could be right or wrong. You understand? It's ultimately in the ring where the truth is revealed. It's not pre-fight predictions from people like me or you. It's in the ring. So Khan will continue to do that, and maybe he'll prove us wrong. Maybe he's got a big upset in him, because you'd have to imagine he'd be a big underdog against Spence or Thurman. You never know. Stranger things have happened. Imagine Amir Khan fights Errol Spence and wins, or Keith Thurman and wins. That'd be a turn up for the books. So let me know what you think about Amir Khan and what he said here in this interview. Have a watch of the interview, and yeah, get back to me. Let me know what you think of it. It's happening. I'm out.